have you adjusted sort of your from training camp 1 to training camp 2 in terms of priorities? Is there anything that drastic changes you've made to how you wanted to organize this versus last year having some level of proof of concept from year 1?
I would say probably the biggest point of emphasis is just providing more structure in early offense and really emphasizing our running patterns and just kind of being organized in early offense. The second thing is having them run more, just in general. Not necessarily just sprints, but just like having them do more full court where they're running and getting in shape.
Coach, when it comes to running and speeding up, often when that happens in any kind of field, a technique can start to falter with that speed. So how do you get them to kind of get into those early actions and push the pace without, maybe an increase in turnovers?
I don't think it's going to lead to more turnovers. If a throw ahead is open, we make a throw ahead, and then we get it back, and we're in our first action. If there's not a throw ahead, it's really just about what does it look like with the 5 in trail? What does it look like with the 5 at the rim? Or in some cases, Rui or LeBron or Luka ahead of the basketball. But in terms of turnovers, I don't think that plays into it.
For a variety of reasons, you played your two-way guys last year to the point where late in the season you had to monitor the days remaining to save them for the varsity club. Have you kind of had a chance to reflect on that, and will that inform how you use your two-way guys this season?
We have, to start the year, we have a much deeper roster. Even though we have one less player, we have a deeper roster. We also, I think, have more health given, we had 2 roster players that weren't even in camp with us last year in Seawood and Bando. So I haven't necessarily thought about that part of it in terms of managing games because, again, we don't even know what opening night looks like. I would say in general, the communication and the planning for our two ways between myself, Zach, Chris Ebersol with player experience and RP, I think we have a good plan in place. Player development as well, of course, they're going to be involved in that, but I think we have a good plan in place for how that looks and how we're going to manage it. Just kind of mapping out things 2 weeks at a time and giving Zach, continuing to give Zach, I would call it instruction on sort of what we want those guys to do when they're with him versus when they're with us.
Throughout preseason, what are the main factors you're going to evaluate with determining guard rotation?
Health.
I see. Yeah.
Health. I mean, that's the biggest thing. You can sort of look at a team on paper, but until they're on the court, you don't really know. I think it starts there. No, we're going to play Austin and Luka. I think they're going to play. Marcus is going to get healthy. Gabe's, I think trending in the right direction. Jake will play. And the rest of it is a competition.
Jake, what have been your impressions of the team through the first couple of days of practice?
Yeah, I thought we put together a really good first 2 days. We've been competing, we've been physical. JJ's been bringing up winning the day, and I think we've won both days we've done training camp so far. We've been implementing some new stuff, obviously some new guys on the team. So just trying to still get used to how everyone plays and playing with each other on the court. But yeah, I thought it's been a really good first 2 days.
You played on a couple of NBA teams thus far. How's the Laker experience struck you early on compared to those other stops?
It's just a lot more than anywhere else I've been. I've been in Memphis, Sacramento, and the Lakers, is a basketball team, but it's a lot bigger than that as well. Obviously, it's a brand, it's worldwide. There's a lot more to it than it just being the basketball team. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to see again once season starts and the fans and everything like that, but I'm excited for it.
How do you handle that? Does that cross your mind at all, or are you trying to keep it
No, not really. I just kind of focus on basketball, focus on getting better every day, winning the day, and I keep my focus on basketball.
You said before media day that you were able to kind of walk around Los Angeles and go a little bit unnoticed. Did media day change that for you at all?
No, not yet. I'm still able to, go into some restaurants without being noticed, anything like that. Yeah, try to keep it as low-key as possible.
Oh, don't get used to that.
Yeah.
Jake, what's Gabe like as a leader with this group?
He's really good. He's been very vocal. He's helped me ever since I got here, and since he got here. And yeah, he's just like one of those guys you can always go up to and ask a question, and he'll always be open to giving you feedback and helping you learn through things. He's obviously been here before, he's experienced it, and he's done a really good job at just being that vocal guy.
What examples come to mind of things he's helped you with?
Just like even in practice and stuff, if I go off to the side or whatever, and he'll kind of just be like, yo, like, this is kind of what we do, or help me with some defensive schemes, or just help me understand what it's like to play in LA and stuff like that.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you so far coming to the league?
I mean, like nothing much really. Like it's basketball at the end of the day, like I was saying. I have the same role I feel like as I've been having, where it's just coming in, playing hard, complimenting Luka, LeBron, AR, bringing toughness on defense, helping crash, rebound, all that kind of stuff. Still getting used to obviously playing with Luka. This is my first time, being on the same side as him. But it's gonna make my life so much easier playing with someone like that.
We just saw you shooting around with Jared Vanderbilt. To us, his mechanics look different than in the past. But what's your assessment of his outside shot?
Yeah, I mean it's gotten much better. I know early on in my career, we didn't respect him as a shooter, but fair to say that he can shoot the ball very well now, and he's been hitting shots. I don't know if he tweaked something, but yeah, it looks really good now, and it's going in.
A lot of players were mentioning you during media day. How has it been for them, given having that high expectation for you, and then how have you seen that translate to practice? And I'm pretty sure a lot more players have been on you about expectations they have of you, and how have you seen that too?
Yeah, I mean, I just try and come in here and compete and bring energy every day. And I think that's what's expected of me, to be honest. Like I said, we got a lot of dudes on this team that can score, a lot of dudes on this team that can put the ball in the bucket. So, I'm here to compliment those players, but to also just bring energy every day on both sides of the ball.
Oh. Nobody asked a question.
Somebody please ask a question.
I'll go. Rui, we were just talking about the scrimmage with purple and gray, and JJ was mentioning gray was kind of dominating there. Can you talk a little bit about how the scrimmages have been going so far in training camp?
Yeah, they play harder. This is for, for them it's just how they want to get the roster spots. For us, everybody too. But we've been competing. JJ said the gray being really good. We just we're just getting back together. But yeah, they playing harder. We gotta we Papo, we have to kind of bring our energy back and get back to our rhythm.
What's LeBron's influence been on practices, even though he's not full participant in what you guys are doing?
No, yeah, he been in the practice sitting and talking to us. He been getting treatment, but also we asked him questions and all that, and he been vocal with the as a leader. So yeah, it's been great.
You talked on media day about wanting to be more aggressive. How do you kind of practice that and get into that mindset now during training camp, especially with LeBron still on the sideline?
Yeah, I think I had to be more aggressive on both hands. Yeah, offensively, of course, attacking the rim. Getting the ball and under the rim, those kind of stuff. LeBron was doing it. I think those gonna be the easier for me, and of course the knocking those threes, open threes. Luka and A are gonna get a lot of attention, so I gotta be ready for that.
JJ told Spectrum the other day he spent a lot of time reflecting on the Minnesota series, the preparation going into it, and the execution during it. How did that first round exit sit with you over the offseason? What do you think back to it? Do you think that disappointment is carried by some of the members coming back to this team?
I mean, it's still there. That was our last game we played. So we think about it sometimes, but it is what it is. We just gotta, we got a new team. We have to have the different mindset. coming out the new season. And yeah, we got a lot of changes, they made in the league too. So, we got to kind of see who's in what. But yeah, I think we got better too. So we just got to build our chemistry, and we're going from there.
I think just the trust they gave me. I talked with JJ, I talked with Rob, and then they kind of get me back last year, and I think that it's just a continuation of what we started last year. I think I'm still trying to get back to myself, and I started here, so I just want to continue, and I want to be part of this team, and I want to win too. So, thank you guys, appreciate y'all.